Good day everyone. So today we'll be discussing geological disasters. What is geological disasters? Geological disasters are destructive events caused by natural processes within the Earth's crust, including earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, and landslides. This event can cause significant damage to property, infrastructure, and life, often necessitating disaster management and mitigation efforts. Types of geological disasters. Number 1, earthquakes. Sudden ground shaking caused by the movement of tectonic plates. Biglang pagyanig ng lupa dahil dito sa paggalaw ng malalaking tipak ng bato sa ilalim natin. Number 2, volcanic eruptions. The release of molten rock or lava, ash, and gases from a volcano. Kapag bumubuga ang bulkan ng tunaw na bato or lava, abo at usok dahil ito sa init at pressure sa ilalim ng bulkan. Number 3, landslides. The movement of rock, soil, or debris down a slope. Kapag bumabagsak ang lupa, bato, o putik mula sa mataas na lugar, madalas itong nangyayari kapag malakas ang ulan o kung mahina ang lupa. Number 4, tsunamis. Large, destructive ocean waves caused by underwater earthquakes, volcanic eruptions, or landslides. Higanting alon sa dagat na biglang dumarating. Kadalasan itong sanhi ng lindol, pagsabog ng bulkan, o pagguho ng lupa sa ilalim ng dagat. Number 5, avalanches. Rapid flows of snow and ice down mountainsides, often triggered by heavy snowfall or earthquakes or human activities. Biglang pagbagsak ng makapal na snow at yelo mula sa bundok. Sinkhole results when a hole or depression is formed on the ground due to the collapse of the surface layer of soil. Biglang pagbubukas ng butas sa lupa, nangyayari ito kapag gumuho ang lupa sa ilalim. Causes of geological disasters. Plate tectonics. The movement and interaction of Earth's tectonic plates are the fundamental cause of earthquakes, tsunamis, and volcanic eruptions. Ang lupa natin ay parang malaking puzzle na gumagalaw ng dahan-dahan. Kapag nagbabanggaan, naghihiwalay o nagkikiskisa ng mga puzzle pieces na ito, nagkakaroon ng lindol, tsunami, at bulkan. Volcanic activity. Magma movement and pressure build-up within the earth crust lead to volcanic eruptions. May tunaw na bato sa ilalim ng lupa or yung magma, kapag sobra na ang pressure nito, bumubuga ito bilang lava at abo. Erosion and weathering. Natural processes of erosion and weathering weaken slope, making them susceptible to landslide and sinkholes. Ang ulan at hangin ay unti-unting nagpapahina sa lupa, kaya mas madaling gumuho ang lupa, lalo na kung walang mga puno na humahawak dito. And the last one is human activities. Deforestation, mining, and urbanization can destabilize slopes, increase erosion, and concentrate populations in high-risk areas, exacerbating the impacts of geological disasters. Ang pagputol ng mga puno or deforestation, pagmimina, at pagtatayo ng maraming gusali ay pwedeng magpahina sa lupa at magpalala sa epekto ng mga kalamidad.
So let's now proceed to the impacts of geological disasters. So first, loss of life. Direct casualties from ground shaking, building collapses, tsunamis, lava flows, and other hazards. So maraming tao ang pwedeng mawalan ng buhay dahil sa mga geological disasters. For example na lang kapag may lindol, pwedeng mabagsakan ng gusali or mga poste ang isang tao, and ito yung pwedeng maging sanhi ng kanyang pagkamatay. Number 2, infrastructure damage, destruction of buildings, roads, bridges, utilities, and other essential infrastructure. So dito naman, ito yung pagkasira ng mga gusali, tulay, kalsada, and yung mga power grids, water system, and communication lines. So kapag nasira to, mahihirapan tayo na makahingi or maka-access ng tulong sa mga rescuers or medical personnel. Number 3, economic losses, damage to businesses, agriculture, tourism, and disruption of economic activity. So dahil sa impact ng nangyaring disaster, marami ang pwedeng mawalan ng trabaho dahil maraming mga negosyo ang nasisira kaya nahihirapan yung mga tao na bumangon or magsimula ulit. Number 4, environmental degradation, changes to landscapes, soil erosion, water contamination, and habitat destruction. So ito naman yung pagkasira ng kalikasan natin. For example, sa landslide, nagdudulot siya ng soil erosion kaya nahihirapan tayo sa pagtatanim kasi nagiging dry yung lupa. Another example is yung pagputok ng bulkan. Naglalabas siya ng gas at abo na nakakakontaminate sa hangin at tubig. So last, social and psychological impacts, displacement of population, trauma, mental health issues, and disruption of social structures. So dito naman, ito yung mga nangyaring disasters, nagdudulot siya ng takot at trauma sa mga tao. For example, nawalan sila ng mga mahal sa buhay, nagsira yung mga bahay at ari-arian nila, and nawalan sila ng kabuhayan. So pwede yun na magdulot sa kanila ng depression, anxiety, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Next, mitigation and preparedness. Number 1, land use planning, restricting development in high-risk zones, fault lines, floodplains, unstable slopes, minimizes potential damage and casualties. So kapag magpapatayo tayo ng mga infrastructure, i-check muna natin kung safe ba yung lugar na yon para maiwasan natin yung mga possible disaster na pwedeng mangyari. Number 2, hazard-resistant construction. Implementing building codes that mandate earthquake-resistant, flood-proof, and landslide-resistant structures reduces losses during disasters. Ito naman yung pagpapatupad ng building codes kapag magpapatayo ka ng mga infrastructure para masigurado na hindi siya basta-basta masisira kapag may dumarating na mga kalamidad. Number 3, early warning systems, monitoring networks, seismic, volcanic, etc. provide crucial advance warning, enabling timely evacuations and other protective actions. So dapat meron tayong mga monitoring networks para sa seismic and volcanic activities para maging ready tayo if ever na may mga mangyayaring sakuna. Number 4, public education and drills. Educating the public about risk, evacuation procedures, and emergency response plans enhances community preparedness and resilience. So ito naman yung pagtuturo sa mga tao kung ano yung mga dapat nilang gawin kapag nangyari ang isang sakuna. And it is important na napapractice nila yung mga drills para alam nila kung anong gagawin nila during the calamity. Last, community preparedness. It is the organized effort of a community to prepare for and respond to emergencies or disasters. Ito naman yung paghahanda para sa mga sakuna. Ito yung paggawa ng mga plano ng maaga, pagkandak ng mga drills, and paninigurado na may maayos na communication at coordination before, during, and after the disasters. That's all. Thank you.